What's up guys, welcome to the 35th PHP tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys what to do when you're done making all your tables. So I showed you guys how to make one table right here, and you're probably going to have a couple more, but once you're done making all of your tables, this is what you need to do. The first thing you're going to need to do is make an else statement, since this whole thing right here is a big if statement, and as you can see it ends right here. There's our curly brace from it. So now we need to make the else. So the if statement is if all of this happens, if all of this goes right. But if else, and this is what's gonna happen if everything goes wrong. Let's just make an echo wrong confirmation code. Add a semicolon. So if everything goes right, then it's going to insert all this data into the database, but if something goes wrong, then we just want you to echo wrong confirmation code. Now outside your echo statement, we want you to do something that says, alright, if you did all of this and you didn't have wrong confirmation code, and if we're going to put if result number 2, which was let's see, where was the result number 2? Right here. That was supposed to be result 2 actually. If you inserted this data successfully, then we want to take you to another page that says, alright, thank you for registering, and you can now log in. Because if all of their information is correct and inside the permanent database, then they're then going to be able to log in. So to do that, this is what you need to do. Let me try and move this up a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Alright, you have to write if, and then in your parameters write result 2. Then inside of your instructions, what we want to do is put header, and what this built-in function does is redirect your website. So we're gonna write header and put double quotation marks, location colon confirmation 2 dot PHP. Or actually, we can just make it an HTML website since there's not going to be any PHP on it. So let's I'm gonna copy this since I'm gonna show you guys what this site actually looks like. So if everything goes right, and if this result 2 worked out fine, it's gonna take you to a new web page that's gonna say, well, I'll show you guys what it says later. Actually, I'll show you guys why not right now. Why not? Here is my website right here. Let's go to score.com confirmation 2 HTML. This is what your site's gonna end up looking like. It's going to say your account has been successfully activated, please log in here. And as you can see, I have this as an HTML extension instead of a PHP extension, and this is because this isn't any PHP code right here. This is just a regular plain old website with a regular link to go home to core.com. So you can just, again, if result number 2, then it's just going to redirect you to another page saying thank you. But if none of that does go right, then we're going to need to build, actually, if none of that goes right, then you're pretty much screwed, so you don't really need an else statement. But let's write another if statement, since if that does go right, we're going to want to do one last thing. And remember from before, we took all of their information and put it into a temporary table, and if they click that link and everything went right, we turn it into a permanent user table. So all that information from the temporary table is still there, just taking up our space in our server. So if everything goes right and your data is already in your permanent table, why do you need it in your temporary table? So if everything goes right, remove from temporary table. And this is how you do that. Make one last SQL function. We'll name that SQL5, and again, quotation marks as always, and say delete from temp where And again, anything that's capitalized you need the same as me, but anything that's lowercase, that's going to be your table name. Delete from temp where code is equal to, and remember our variable is called what was it called, passkey. And since this is the same variable, we didn't change it, it's going to take all your information from where you had that temporary data, look for the passkey, and it's going to delete it. And if you're saying, why would I want to delete that? It's because you already have the information now. If result 2, which means if all that information was stored in your permanent database, you can delete it from your temporary. So the very last thing we need to do finally is make what the heck was that? Result 5, and we want to set this equal to MySQL. Whoa, Bessie, what am I doing now? MySQL underscore query, and in your empty parameters type SQL5. And what this is going to do is pretty much perform the action. So in this tutorial we learned how to take, if everything went alright, we learned how to direct you to a website saying thank you, you can now log in. And in the next tutorial we're actually going to be learning how to create a session and how to have the user log into their account. And lastly, we took all of their information from that temporary database and we deleted that. This is actually optional right here. You don't have to delete it, but why would you want it in there? It's just going to take up space, and it's just a neat little trick. So thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm going to be posting all of this on my website, thenewboston.com. So if you don't feel like typing all this and you just want to go ahead and get creating your game, just go ahead, go to my website, copy all of this, and just paste it right in your code. So again, that's thenewboston.com. So study this. I hope to see you next tutorial, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.